Come on into the room, be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state where you're catching this information from. On tonight, my name is Brand Master Martina Britt Yoverton, and we are back on Watch Me Work Wednesdays. Now, there is a serious discrepancy against what is considered midnight and what is considered AM, meaning Wednesday night midnight, which would be Thursday morning AM, or Tuesday night midnight, which would be Wednesday morning AM. We are all over the place trying to determine what the best fit is. However, we know sometime on Wednesdays, we will be live giving out this information. And I do believe we are going to transition to the Tuesday night midnight, which actually starts midnight, which is the morning of Wednesday for Watch Me Work Wednesdays. Follow me and figure it out, basically. And I hate to say it that way, but until we really hammer down what's going on here in Q3 and what is the best alternative, that's all I got for you. Okay. So what we were actually slated to discuss was the first step in creating the dedicated landing page. However, we had a major situation this week that I actually want to bring to the attention of the viewers, and one of the additional services that we must create here inside of the Brand You agency for clients, and that is cybersecurity measures. We have to get these hacks and these emails and things like that under submission, under our feet, stump on the head, break the neck of this is truly intrusive and disheartening situation that can happen to client information. And so what a client, not a client, yes, what a client has suffered through, what a client has gone through, the major hiccup that a client has gone through has made me make an additional pivot in the business, because this is their second hack that they have reported to me. And we were able to really do a deep dive on what went on. And what it appears that has happened is some fictitious company has gone in and created a domain similar to one of my clients' domains. And they were able to then go in and somehow disseminate who some of their clients were, who some of their major customers were. And they were able to then send emails to those particular clients, submitting invoices and things like that for this corporation. And those invoices got paid to the fictitious company. And my specific client was never aware of any of this that was going on until it was time to move to the next process for whatever the project was. And that's when we figured out that the client had actually paid out to the fictitious company, not to my client. And therefore, that was a significant loss in income for my client. Luckily, there are measures that are out here as far as clients taking the necessary steps to ensure they have business insurance and all of that to cover fraudulent activities and things like this that are happening. However, the BEC, the FBI, and other entities are being put on notice that this is the latest phishing or spoofing or whatever you want to call it situation. And I want to show you one of the ways I was able to go in, Manny to the rescue, and assist me with the most professional, polished responses that I'm available to use on my various client accounts, so that we can set up certain automated processes that need to happen. And it's also presenting itself to be an actual opportunity to share with people some of the cybersecurity measures that you need to have in place. So I did a little bit of this on the pre-recorded so I can make sure I was focusing on your engagement and being able to respond to you if questions came up. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that to the front of the room. I'm going to allow that recording to play, and I'm going to check the comments and see if there's anything that additionally I need to bring up. So let me see if I can go ahead and bring that recording up, mute myself, and let's get that information shown to you the way that I was able to utilize some of my automated systems that I have between ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, Lovable, Manus. There are so many that are out here, but I wanted to be able to walk you through the process of how I use Manny on some of my clients' behalf to make some of their operations automated. Alrighty, guys. So what I needed to do really quickly was pop directly into this information because I wanted to make sure that I was screen sharing instead of going back and trying to document this in a different format for you. I figured I'd just go ahead, bring you guys on into the room, bring you into the system. Let me turn the sound off on that so you could see one of the ways that we're using this specific platform for your benefit. So let me get myself pulled up and out of the way and we can keep on moving forward with this information. So uh, I don't know if you guys are following the AI information that I've been putting up and how it's been able to assist myself as well as my client. One of the things that I determined that I needed to do because of the system that I use for myself is churning out such amazingly great information. I wanted to come into the system here and show you guys some other areas that I am actually using the system in. So let's pull up three different sets of windows here. Let's see if I had one more open. I do believe I did for another client. All right, so we have the Hayes one there. We have the Winston-Salem Sportsman's Club. We have SEC. I'll just use those three for now. Okay, so one of the things that I want to showcase this, it's such good information. I'm not even sure how to correctly share it. Manus is one option that I use. And for each one of my client accounts, what I additionally do is I also pull up and open up my Susan. And y'all know I refer to Susan as my chat GPT because sometimes chat GPT does not want to come out my mouth correctly. So I just call her Susan and I call him Manny. And so, what I'm sharing with you onto the screen here, we had a situation that happened where the email system for one of my clients went through a hack. And so, what we wanted to do was go in and clean up a couple of the different ways that we, would ask a question or how would we respond, just to make sure that we ensured that the information was sounding as professional as possible. And so previously, I was listing all of this information and these requests inside of my one Susan, my one ChatGPT account. And I had it set up so that there were multiple folders that were located. And I also was paying the Plus uh account, and I believe the Plus is like $20 a month or something like that. And so let's see if I can get that brought onto the screen as well as Manus briefly onto the screen. So here are a couple of the other prompts that I have put in there. Here's one that I have running right now with regards to using Google Alerts for both personal and business. One that I put in to really do some research because one of my clients had asked me to create a new event, a new donation, sponsorship levels and all of that. And they didn't have a lot of information. Actually, they had a one sentence request. And so I'm supposed to build a funnel, an email campaign, a social media, you know, project behind that, as well as update it on the well and update on the web, and also go in and list the different tiers. Okay. And so this particular challenge was given to me in thought, but it was also on my other clients account as well, because it's a collaboration, it's a partnership that the two clients are actually doing. And so here is where I was listing everything, all of my different requests. As the free account, they no longer put it in folders for you. And so, if you all have watched any of the other Watch Me Work Wednesdays when I discussed ChatGPT and Tuesday and Susan, then you need to go back and look at those, because then you'll see on the paid account all of this was organized into folders. And so when it reverted me to the free account, it just gave me, this library of images that I had asked it to do. I did not care for those. It gave me various chat GPTs that you could go out here and find. It broke up to where I had this all organized nice and neat over here on the left. And it put all my chats separated, so they're no longer in folders. But again, this is all different client information for different things that I was using it for. Well, that was eating into the confusion sometimes, and when your system will have hallucinations, and it'll be pulling brand information for myself when I needed to be pulling information about a client, or it would be pulling one client's folder information into another client folders. So that got a little bit frustrating. Well, enters Manus. And what occurred to me that I needed to actually do was what I needed to do was move it from all of this information being in one place to each individual client having their own account. And so what we went in and did was we separated all of the accounts, the chat GPTs, the assistants, into their own separate folder. And so here are the different tasks that I was using for the Bill Hayes Foundation, and then here is some tasks that I've been using for the Winston-Salem Sportsman's Club, and then here is a tab for some information that I've been using inside of Southeastern Interiors. And let me see if I can pull this up. SEC, I should have had this open for several of these, but SEC LLC-NC.com. That I do on a regular everyday basis. And it looks like we're still here and we're back. Okay. And that happens sometimes because if you guys were to see the amount of windows I actually have open, you all would freak out. Okay. So it's going to take a minute for a lot of the various systems to work. But this particular client, they're general contractors out of Boys Creek, North Carolina, and all of their information is available here. But it was sometimes pulling in their sister company's information, FCR LLC, out of Irwin, North Carolina, because they were both inside ChatGPT. So I broke them up. But there was a client, an email breach that happened between Microsoft and my client's email account, and some hacking or some suspicious link or some phishing, you all know that's really, really high right now, had happened. And so when it was time for me to respond to them and assist them, what I actually asked for Manus to do was to help me find a way to break down what actually happened. And it allowed me to go in to find the Microsoft service agreement bulleted information and compare it to what actually had happened inside of their account. It gave me a full breakdown, a comprehensive report, and I also went back and asked them, how do I say this to my client? How do I respond with this book of information in a bulleted segment so they could understand what happened, what their legal obligations and what their legal options were? And it gave me this comprehensive report that I was able to actually go and pull information from the client from and go through all of this and learn how to take all of this and break it down into a quick bulleted email to respond to my client. That's one thing that it was able to do. Now, while it was doing that, it was simultaneously over here helping me determine what is going to be the strategic breakdown and what type of event information could be supplied for the upcoming event that we're going to create. Social media, like I say, a workflow, an email, put up a funnel, and all that. So then it was able to simultaneously work on helping me put this event executive summary together, as well as what the SEO is going to look like, what the landing page is going to look like, what the brand analysis, how it plays into this brand new tiered event that they would like for me to implement, as well as a strategic assessment. While it was doing that, it was simultaneously over here on the Hayes Foundation, redrafting several different things because we are coming out of one annual golf tournament and we're getting ready to launch their end of year gala, and then we'll be back into another golf tournament for 2026. While it's simultaneously doing that, as you see right now, it is pulling together information on the Bill Hayes Pig Skin Challenge. Well, this particular event is also a challenge that I believe the collaborative partner, Winston-Salem Sportsman's Club, is also going to be hosting. So when you go over to going to see a similar set of information And it's only doing this because I have so many different pages open, guys. Okay, my sites are not this slow. Okay, let me just be clear about that. My sites are not this slow. If you knew the amount of tabs I have open, while I also have two, count them, one, two gamers in the house, and a teenage daughter who is probably streaming, listening to music, and on the phone and the tablet all at the same time. While all of this is happening, what do you see happening? All right, so this is the pigskin preview link that I'll be setting up on this website. But again, I was provided a one sentence subset of information. The title sponsor for this about is for naming rights at this location. I need signage and digital promotion is what the ad can offer. Like literally, that's all I was given. Mind you, this is going to be the second year they've done it, and there's no one that's provided the first year's information yet. So, guys, these are the thinking things that go on behind the scenes that not everyone thinks about when it's time to launch a brand, do a website, and all of that. So, again, this is additional. Let me see if I can get this to come up. Okay. This is the additional information that will be added to an events tab where we will have the tournament, we will have the pigskin, we will have the gala, right? These are the different things. And I'm showing you that literally you can go in here and have count them one, two, listen, where'd it go? Three, if that's accurate, might be wrong, pieces of information. My point is all working all at the same time. Okay. If you go ahead and you strategically, plan it. So, one of the things that I'm wondering if you guys have ever thought about when it's time to set up your brand, and it's time to think through the whole process, and it's time to, go and do a deep dive on yourself and research yourself, or if you or someone who's working with other clients that your service is for, have you taken a deep dive to exactly what you need to do to set up something like Google Alerts so that anytime your client's information goes out there into the eon, is mentioned, SEO, description, meta tags, images, and any of those things can capture a Google Alert? Well, yes or yes. I have them on myself. I have them on my personal business. But what it occurred to me was, because I also have them on different clients to come to me as the business owner, why not ensure that each client also has its own Google Alerts set up? While I'm thinking about that, it hit me. You know what I also need for it to do? I need for it to additionally show me how to ensure that even the client themselves, that they have some knowledge of how this process works, and maybe they too should set up an alert so that we are all in the know about what goes on when our information, our business, or our brand is pinged online. Let me show you what the response was. And so this, let me see, I think I lost one page here. Yeah, here we go. So I came into here and I said, because I'm doing this, for myself, like I said, as the brand, how do I get my system to provide what I need, but also show me how to share that with the client? So that's what I asked. What is the best way to use Google Alerts to accurately locate separately my brand and my business information? That's the first thing I asked. It also emphasized the best way to drill down to my own actual information, weed out false or non-relevant information. And can you also provide me a step-by-step training with scripting, include funnel imaging and the exact process for landing pages, workflow, social media, email, all of that. And this is the resulting. Manny is going out and it is searching. It'll tell you exactly what it's doing. First thing it did was it went out to create a comprehensive Google Alerts guide. It also went out, before it did anything, let me stop. Before it did anything, it said, let me ensure and confirm that I know what it is that I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing step by step. Then you can actually see it out there doing, scrolling, doing the search the alerts itself. And now it's showing me how to create the training for adding Google Alert section, how to design and develop a landing page. It's giving me the instructions for everything I asked for. So this is what I mean when I say using this platform for your good. This is the best possible thing you can do. Use this platform for your good to give you time freedom and to give you a blueprint to follow so you don't run into hiccups. Now, when this completes, one of the things I will also add is remember, and I may have already put it in here. Let me scroll up here and see. I didn't put it in this one, so let's see, because this was a very crucial thing. Let me see. Yes, I also said act as though I'm a brand new Go High Level user, having never created a workflow funnel pipeline or any of that. So when it provides its response, it's not going to provide a response that is so over the top with the various words that I don't understand, but it's easy for me to explain in words as a brand new user, never having done anything in Go High Level before. So these are the things, this is what I mean when you're saying you need to be really looking at using your AI for your good, to develop your system, to create your framework, keeping your own personality and all of that. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope that it makes sense to you, and I will catch you on the very next one. Well, I hope that made sense to you guys and you understand where we're coming from with getting you to understand how not to be afraid of AI, how to use it for your best possible scenario, how to save yourself time, how to make sure that you are doing things that are the most accurate or the most recent, technology that is available out here as you move forward in building your brand and utilizing your own value in your business. And so with the I guess just the influx, with the rise of cyber crimes, with the rise of hacking and breaches and things like that happening, you need to be made more aware of things that you need to do to secure your own system. And so we'll be bringing more back for you guys to be able to see from Manny, more case studies, more walkthroughs. You can see me actually utilizing running some of the prompts and moving through certain, strategic things that we need. One of the most prominent things that I use my Susan and my Manny for is for scripting based on what the current trends or what the most recent requests or inquiries that have come in for branding as I continue to build out whatever the transparent journey that I'm, allowing you guys to see. And the most recent one is the Monetize Your Voice with AI, the free webinar that you'll be able to capture. Also, the Emergency Branding Fix It Kit, and all 9 steps, we'll be breaking those down. You just recently on last week saw us do B-roll footage using Canva, and how you can begin to put out these B-roll images that are becoming extremely popular. Also, when you're using this type of technology and you're actually using it for your good to assist you, to save you time, to ensure that you are putting the most recent and most accurate information out here, that brings you into authority, that brings you into the expert level, that brings you professionally forward. And so you don't want to miss out on the opportunity because you're not sure, what that system is doing. If you've ever pulled up to a McDonald's and there's an automated voice that comes on, that's AI. If you've ever received automatic responses as soon as you fill out a form, that's AI. If you've ever um, gone to a checkout cart and then abandoned the checkout cart and moved on to something else, and then all of a sudden you are seeing, that information show up on your Facebook page. Next thing you know, you got reels and things like that coming. All of that is a subset of AI. Okay. All of that is pixelation and targeting and marketing and things that are going on, coding that's going on in the background. It's happening whether you like it or not. And so it would be much better if you could go ahead and move yourself into the knowledge of it and don't run from it. At this point, there is no way we could just shut off all this technology, and the world still move forward. And so my goal is to show you right now, while it's extremely popular, go ahead and learn as much as you can about it and don't run or hide from it. So again, more information will be in the description below with regards to how you can continue to learn how to use AI. Like I say, we will be bringing some cybersecurity information to the front of the room. We will be bringing a Google Alerts mastery course to you guys as well, because you really need to know what's being said said about you out in these internet streets. Okay, because then you can be proactive in your responses and not reactive. And so I wanted you to be able to see the way that we are utilizing this AI to assist all of the various clients that we have to get alerts set up, to put cybersecurity measures in place, to ensure that we are educating, each other on the best possible practice to secure your emails, to ensure you're not clicking on suspicious links, you're actually verifying that the people that you're sending your invoices to are receiving your invoices, and you're also ensuring that all of your clients are well aware of what your actual domain and email address is, so that they don't get hacked, so that breaches don't happen. Just knowing that there's always a chance, but the more informed you are, the better protected you are. So thank you guys for your time today. I hope you've been able to see how you can actually bring your own Susan, your own ChatGPT, your own Manny, your own Manus, your own Claude or Copilot or Lovable. There are so many that are out here, Gemini and all of them, how you can actually utilize those to help save you time, to help you learn and stay abreast of the most recent technology that would work in your favor and help add value to your voice, so that people who need what it is that you have, you're available to serve them with it. So thank you for your time on tonight. I'm excited for you. Hopefully, next Tuesday night, midnight, which will be Wednesday in the 12 a.m. hour Eastern Standard Time, we'll be able to go ahead and move forward with helping you guys understand the various areas of the emergency branding fix-it kit. And our goal, of course, and I'll share the screen with you. Our goal, of course, is to walk you through. See if I can get this onto the screen really quickly. Our goal, of course, is to take the opportunity to walk you guys through each of these segments as we said we would. And so the first thing we're going to be creating is the dedicated landing page for the emergency branding kit. We're going to be then moving into setting up the thank you page, also configuring the calendar scheduling page, setting up the automated follow-up sequence that happens with email, SMS, and all of that. Content scripting to help you guys understand why you need it, as well as how to go through and get through the 15-minute brand audit call, helping you guys with marketing. So last week we showed you one of the marketing options that we're going to utilize is called B-roll. And we showed you how we used Canva to create a B-roll and how you can set that on automation. So in that, we were able to go in and we were able to create, let's see if I can find that. We were able to create all of these prompts. So all of these prompts are all the B-roll that we will be able to create. And again, this was done using chat, taking our content that's already our brand voice, and we are going to be able to take it and put it over B-roll images, videos, and things like that. And just to show you what I mean by that, here is the one that we did last year on YouTube right now. It has 76 views. I haven't even had an opportunity to go through and check my statistics yet to see what the various channels are doing. So let's give it a little look-see now and see how these are doing. So there's one. I think that's the one. Is that it, guys? Yeah, that's it. So that one currently has done 150 there. Let's check out TikTok and see what the one we put over there. Now that's the one that we actually set up differently than we've ever done before. Okay, it came back just a little bit. It has 118. So we're just checking to see, how these are actually doing out on social media. I haven't had a chance to go in and view the statistics for all of these. I don't think we uploaded it to here. We did not. So let's check here. and check our reels here because I'm not 100% sure. Yes, we did. And so it only did 20 here on Facebook. So just giving you guys a general look-see, like I said, of where we are going with getting, this entire, and this is just for one product. I am taking you behind the scenes for one product and all the various things that you need to consider when you're launching a product. This is everything that you would need to have in place with regards to once you launch a product, people are going to need to go to a landing page to be able to access it. Then you want to be able to send them to a thank you page once you've completed it. Then you want to be able to configure, if you're asking them to book an appointment with you, you need to configure the calendar and the scheduling and the follow-up that happens from that when they book the appointment. If there's an assessment they need to complete, if there's a payment that they need to complete, if there's anything that they need to submit before you actually get on the call with them, all that is done through the scheduling. Then if there's a setup that you have for them, like, hey, 3 days after, 4 days after, a day after, if you're stuck, have you completed, step 1 and 2 before you get on the brand audit calls and things like that? You have to put that into a workflow. You have to put that into an email sequence, right? And again, if there's other information that you need to include, like a concise, actionable resource that provides immediate value and positions you as the expert, you need to have that available, ready to go, download, and any additional call and setup information that you're going to have when you have that call with them. You need to be professional. You need to be organized. All of that is what we're showing you the behind the scenes on. And now once you have that set up, then you're available to begin to market it. So we put the cart before the horse and we just went ahead and start putting some of the information out there because we knew we were going to need to show you how we set that information up. But again, these are just 6 of the multiple steps for one product. Now, once you do it once, all you have to do is duplicate the process, okay? And again, use your AI to assist you, to keep you abreast of the latest trends that are going on so that you can ensure that your information stands out. So I hope you will be able to join us on next Tuesday when we go ahead and move into step 1. Probably I'll do the pre-recording, setting everything up, and then I'll discuss as I walk you through how to get this done in your own kit. The most recent one that we set up was the community tab. And we set up this entire funnel for you guys to be able to understand how to visualize, organize, simplify your brand, and attract qualified buyers. And that is by joining us in the Brand You community, getting access to the Brand You, the Fix-It kit that you need, and going through all 9 steps of this. Nope, not that one. Where did I put it? Okay, that's the setup. Is it over here? So many tabs open, guys. I apologize. I was trying to have the emergency fix-it kit where you guys could see it. And honey, it's in one of the tabs somewhere. Here it is, over here on the whole other screen. All right, here we go. There we go. Brandy Fix-It Kit and the 9-step triage for your brand crisis. There are 9 crucial steps that you need to go through that are listed here in the outline. And once you get this, and once you triage your business, and once you get your assets in order, you will feel so much more calm about how you run your business. Your messaging will be clear. Your downloads, any additional, audiences that you want to reach, will be able to go through the process to help you understand how to get that structured properly, okay? And one of the ways we utilize AI for our good, all right, is we take everything, all the value that we know, and we ask AI to polish it. All right. We'll get more into that on next week. Thank you for your time tonight. For those of you who are catching the replay, definitely look below and subscribe to the channel. Whether you're watching this on Facebook, LinkedIn, you're catching this on YouTube, my favorite channel now, make sure that you select the bell so that you can get notifications each and every time that we go live. We are generally up and live now by 9 a.m. in the morning on the YouTube channel, okay? We were doing live at 1 o'clock, but I understand WT workers, by the time you guys hit your lunch break, you don't have time to sit down and train. You're trying to catch this information either before you leave first thing in the morning for work, when you get home, or in the evening, whether you are trying to get your wealth in before your 9 to 5, or you're trying to get your wealth in during your 5 to 9. We're trying to make sure that the information is there and available for you. And if you have branding questions, then you come into the Brand You community and you join us to be able to get answers to the questions that you have. Okay. So you come on over here into the community. You join us directly here. You ask your questions. Once you're accepted into the group, you can ask your questions in the chat. You can ask them in the discussion. You can ask them over here on the channel that is specific for your need. I'm going to say thank you one more time for your time, and I'm going to let you guys go. Catch you next week.